I've got a clip from, this is October 22nd. Dr. Robert Philip King III is leading. That's not his real name. But
Close.
he is leading, and
I'm
we
Phil.
are leading. We're leading the song "Be Glad" from Cody Carnes. Now, I'm gonna play this clip, and then we'll discuss. Okay. Here it is.
This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Hey!
I know.
It's so fun.
That lands really well.
Okay. So that was our second week to introduce it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we had done this song at a First Wednesday service, which is kind of our deep end of the pool service. And then we rolled it into our weekends. Now, we made some adjustments. As you can tell, if you're listening to this, that's not how the song normally goes.
Mm-hmm.
We changed it to where we cut out the intro and we went straight to the chorus. Now, part of that came from is that Phil and I were discussing, with a brand new song, it's always kind of a tough sell to the crowd to jump on board, right? Everybody's kind of coming in. They're still trying to figure stuff out. They're, got their kids dropped off in a fury, all those kinds of things. And they walk in, and we decided to open with a chorus to get people right in. Mm-hmm. And it turns out it works.
It really does.
I mean, it was the different, well, kind of the funny thing is we don't have a reference because we've never done it again.
Another way.
Mm-hmm. Because it was so fun, it was so inviting, and it was so engaging right out of the gate that it was like, well, why would we go back? Why would we go do it a different way?
Right.
And so I want to talk through kind of why go about that? What would be the purpose of, why not just do it that same way? And why do we not do that with every single fast song or every single new song?
Yeah, that's a good question. Would that work? Would that same thing work with if it wasn't a song one right out of the gate, would that same thing work with a slower song? Like doing the chorus first? I guess it depends on the song probably, but yeah, what do you think?
It probably depends on the song. There was a long time ago, we used to do service format a little bit different. At the very end of service, we would always do kind of a reprise version of a song where we would open with a chorus. And I remember at those times, it was not quite the same because it was the closing song. So it's a little bit more intimate, and we would jump in right out of the gate, starting with a chorus. And this was 7-8 years ago. So my memory could be sabotaging me. But it didn't feel the same.
It was also like the place in the service it was after the sermon. And they had just done like maybe a salvation call or something like that. And they invited the prayer ministers down to the front. So it was a little bit different, kind of like getting back into that song. I think part of what I really liked about it was the energy was still there. It still felt like a song one. It still had the momentum. It wasn't like an acapella, like really
Sure.
low energy. Talon did a great job with the hi-hats and the 2 and 4 on the kick that really gave it a good drive. And encourage people to clap their hands. I mean, I saw you doing the big hand claps.
You got to do it big in a big room.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well-
big period, just to get it across like the big motions,
Well, and tell me your thoughts, Phil, because, we always wrestle with this a little bit, is that sometimes an intro, which doesn't seem like it's very long when we're listening to it, when you get into a set and it's a brand new song, it sometimes can feel like that intro is like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think of it like dances, like a Texas two-step or electric slide, whatever. There are some dances that you kind of have this, like freestyle, section where you can do whatever you want, but you want to know, okay, what is everybody doing here?
Mm-hmm.
What's the gravity of this dance, the core of what we're doing? And songs are very much the same way. That's, just with your voice and other ways. But it's like, I feel like we're handing people, here is the basic electric slide movement that we're all going to be doing. And it's almost like we are teaching for the intro instead of going into an intro, because I'll tell you what, an intro might just be 15 seconds on an album, but you get in front of a room full of people staring at you who've never heard it before. That 15 seconds becomes 15 hours.
Sure.
It's so long.
Well,
and it,
Mentally.
And it's,
you know?
it's, one of the things that we probably wrestle with specifically at Hollywood Road, and you guys are probably the same way, is we just had somebody open service. So it feels incredibly redundant for me or for you to then during an intro say something again. Well, this guy just welcomed everybody.
Yeah.
Pastor Daniel just got done giving the kind of the, hey, let's go do it. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Let's all worship. And then another guy's going to start talking again to tell you.
I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
I mean, but what are we going to say? Like, we're going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Exactly.
what he said, plus some more stuff that's the same thing that he said. So this intro sometimes can be, it can be a bit clunky